Ooh. What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio, man. We back. The day after Aaliyah's birthday, man. We lost Aaliyah tragically in a plane crash, man. I remember vividly finding that out. I remember like where I was. I remember who told me. I remember that moment. I remember being excited about everything Aaliyah had going. You know, she was doing movies. She transitioned well into acting. She was in Romeo Must Die. She was going to be in the Matrix sequels. So I was like, yo, man, Aaliyah's really out here doing it. You know, she was working on new music. And, you know, she was coming off of, you know, the dopeness that was her One in a Million album, which I appreciate the One in a Million album because she fled from R. Kelly on the One in a Million album. That's when she was down there rocking with Timbaland and Missy and Genuine, and it was just a doper fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she found a good group down there in Virginia, and I feel like they gave her a good sound. One in a Million was a dope album, and you know, because we all know, you know, what R. Kelly was doing out here now, and even then we was just like, yo, man, R. Kelly tripping, man. And then I was talking to somebody the other day, like, yo, R. Kelly, age ain't nothing but a number, man. His creepy fingers was all over that. Age ain't nothing but a number. And when you look at the album cover of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, he in the background. He's standing back there, leaning on the wall. Creepy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just creepy. Age ain't nothing. I bet it ain't nothing but a number. You creep. So with One in a Million, like you can tell she fled from that situation and, you know, started working with Missy and them. And like, I like that whole crew, man. It was Missy, it was Genuine, it was Aaliyah. I remember that song, Give It Up. We gonna show you how we party. Give it up. I used to love that song. And yeah, it was just a dope fit. So I was happy for her, man. I was a fan. You know, she was from the Midwest. And I was just like, yeah, man. And then we find out about the plane crash. And I was just like, nah, man, that ain't true. That ain't true. Up Jumps the Boogie. Yeah, that song. And I remember my friend Bridget told me, this was when I was living in Los Cuatros, the little cheap apartments across from New Mexico State on campus. And Bridget told me. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah. And I was like, you lying. You know, I ain't had no cell phone then. I couldn't just dip into the phone. It was just like, I was like, damn, man. And I just remember like praying that it wasn't true. And just, you know, I feel like that was the first celebrity death that really just like brought me down for real. Like that was one where I was just really saddened, like I knew her. Like I was just like, man, come on, man. For real? Cause like I remember when Pac and Biggie got killed, and I was just like, damn, man. You know what I mean? And like, even though those were just like, oh, snap, especially Biggie's death, because Biggie's death was just like, because when Tupac had already been shot before, and then, you know, he was just doing a lot. He was doing a whole lot. And I was just like, yo, man, when I see people like doing a lot, what creeps up in my mind is like, yo, man, you better be careful out here because, you know, you could end up, you know, Dunskies. And so with Pac, being that he'd already been shot, then he got shot again, I remember thinking, oh, he gonna pull through. You know what I mean? He gonna pull through. So when he passed, it was just like, oh, he passed. But it wasn't like a true shocker because given everything that was going on, everything that he was involved in, everything he was doing, everything that was going on in the past, it was just like, oh, man. But Biggie getting killed like that March, that following March, I was just like, oh man, you lying. I remember exactly where I was. I was at Andre's house in his room, and my friend Keela came in. Biggie got killed. And I was like, why you lying, man? We know they got beef. We get it. You know, Biggie ain't dead. And sure enough. And I was just like, God damn, man. But it was still just like, oh, there was something in the back of my mind because of the East Coast, West Coast bullshit, my bad. So it was still in the back of my mind. Aaliyah was just a straight up, complete shocker. Just out of nowhere. You know, you're just never ready for a plane crash or an accident like that. So those come as a complete blindsided, like, what? You know, and so it was just ultra tragic. And I feel like I was just handling celebrity deaths before then a lot easier. Like, you know, because ultimately I didn't know these people, but I just feel like when Eazy-E passed, or like, you know, Freddie Mercury passing, or just like these celebrity deaths up until that point. Because I'm trying to think of like all of the big names that passed in my timeline. I remember Freddie Mercury dying. I remember Eazy-E. I remember Selena was hard hitting, especially because Selena was hard hitting because the school was just devastated too. They were the whole high school was just like done. And at this time, I'm in New Mexico, so you know they was obliterated when Selena died. So I was like, God damn, man. You know, but I will say that because I knew of Selena, I knew about Selena, but I dug a little bit deeper after she passed, but I knew about her before. But that was a hard hitting one too. And even to this day, I get mad about Selena, man. I just be mad at that lady for killing her, and I just be like, man.
It was grimy.
Oh my God, man. And then she be trying to get out, and I'm like, you stay your ass in there.
She finally was able to try to appeal for that this year, and they was like, no.
Nah, man.
She ain't getting no.
Stay your ass in there,
that
man.
Was you calculated that. She was part of her fan club.
Come
How
on,
you the
man.
fan and you
come on.
It'd be some stalker stuff going on.
Fans are scary, man.
They are. Especially like that. She was a super fan.
Yeah. There's a thin line between super fanhood and crazy.
Yeah. And I just read recently about how Selena passed, like where she got shot at played a huge role in how quickly she passed. She hit one of those arteries and she just bled out.
Yeah.
In like 2 minutes.
And I was kind of digging deep one time into how it happened and what went down, and like I was just like, man, because you know what I'm saying, like it hits different when a person is aware of them dying, right?
Yeah.
She got shot, so she knew. She was like, help. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she had that moment of like final fear and like, you know, stuff like that. Like with an accident, sometimes you pray for the quick. If they did pass, you pray that it was just like they don't even know what hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I pray for with Aaliyah. Like, you know, I hope she wasn't aware of. I'm sure it was scary until the point of, but like I hope she wasn't like.
Yeah, to my knowledge of what I've learned about that accident, because I never really knew. Like nobody ever really talked about it. It was just like a plane crash. I'm thinking like they took off, you know, and like but they didn't even make it off the runway. And then I believe from what I read, I don't know if like this is true or just maybe speculation from her, you know, from people around her.
Yeah.
She already had like fear of traveling.
Uh-huh.
And the way they were doing it was like they were taking like, you know, private planes, but they had like equipment and stuff on it.
Yeah.
So she wanted to get on a different one, and they were like, there's no space on this one, so you just get on the other one.
Yeah.
So she was like, all right, I'm gonna get on this one. But she was like, no, I don't want to do it. Like I don't feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
So she went back to her car. And then somebody gave her like a pill in the water kind of thing, and then she ended up like falling asleep. So then they took her and put her on the plane.
Oh,
so once she was like on the plane, like her team or somebody on her team, like was like, you know, we're gonna calm you down kind of thing, and then she ended up falling asleep. So they carried her to the plane, and then when she got on the plane, the fucking pilot wasn't even the pilot. That wasn't the actual pilot for the thing. Like he like snuck in there, and I think he was like high or something like that. So they never made it off the runway. They tried to go up, and it just came crashing down and burned. Like the whole thing happened right in front of all the other people that wasn't on that plane. it just came and crashing down like right then and there on that same runway. Like they never made it out into the air.
Did it crash for lack of skill or it was too heavy?
Now we could speculate it could go on either way.
Yeah.
I do think that it was overweight. But how much, I don't know. Because it wasn't a big plane. It wasn't like a huge plane.
Right.
But it was like it was a smaller plane.
Did she agree to the sleeping pill?
I don't think so. That's
this
the speculation.
It's
like her team was like, we calm your nerves. She didn't want to go on, like, it seemed like she didn't want to get on the plane in general. Like, either way, because it was just like this back and forth stuff.
Sleepy is wild.
Yeah. I think somebody took her on the plane while she was like sleep. I can't remember where I found that at, but
if it did happen like that, that's super grimy and trash. But also, I feel a little bit better if she was asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to what I was saying about, I hope that, she didn't, because I think about people's final moments and just like, I hope it wasn't a lot in those final moments that you're able to go through and process and see and feel. And so, damn, because like, the thing with Selena being shot, it wasn't an immediate, death. So I'll just be like, man, come on.
Yeah. I don't, I see what people saying in the comments. I don't think Aaliyah's was set up, honestly. I think it was just mishandling across the board, which if you look at Aaliyah's life, she tragically was mishandled her entire life. From R. Kelly to even like Timbaland had a crush on her. He was too old for her, to being around Jay-Z and Dame Dash and how
she's always preyed upon by these older cats.
People. Yeah. And then this thing was just a misfortune of people around her wanting to do good for her.
Right.
And then there's another bad player in this incident where they're at an airport in a different country. And this guy comes up and he's like, yeah, I'm the pilot, and he's not. And then it's a series of misfortunate events that seem like it was some kind of setup, but I don't think why would we set up Aaliyah? Like
I really don't feel like it was a setup to take her out.
There's no reason to take out Aaliyah. Like,
it just sounded like pure old fashioned, a raggedy ass pilot, not knowing what they doing. So it could have been he was high and unskilled, unqualified, and or heavy, overweight plane.
Yeah. Which I do think like that played a big factor in it too. You get small planes, you crowding it up with gear and stuff.
Them small planes, man, you got zero room for error, man.
None.
You got zero space for error. All the components got to be legit in them small crop dust joints. God damn it, man. Ugh, sucks. Let me do these ads though, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the ads going. Pay these bills, if you will. The bills, if you will. Now, first things first. Oh, wait, hold on, man. I had the thing set up. Now it's going to act like it didn't even, you know what? Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me while I burst into the flame. Pardon me. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about Pardon Me by Incubus. Don't even act like you do. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Don't even act like you do, man. First of all, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Preseason football is underway and college football is here. So don't miss any of the action this season on Prize Picks. All right. Now, I'm always excited about the upcoming football season, hoping and praying that my team is going to do well. And a lot of times with the Bears, that's not the case. It's not the case. I'm always optimistic. I'm not always optimistic, but I'll be optimistic. I'm optimistic in this season, but I don't know, man. But I'm Chicago Bears, season in and season out, loyal to the soil. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the L's to the face season after season, man. So that's just what it is. Now, there's some players we're excited about this season, and you got Saquon Barkley coming back, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you're excited. But I'm excited about Caleb Williams because he's our quarterback. You feel me? So, but Prize Picks is a simple way to play. You know what I'm saying? Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. PrizePicks is also the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. So join the millions of users and sign up today. So download PrizePicks app today and use the code VERBAL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code VERBAL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup, man. PrizePicks, run your game. Somebody just called my phone, so I don't know if the IG Live messed up my audio, but I'm gonna cut the feed soon anyway because y'all in here freeloading. But I just want you to know if you don't hear me no more, it's because I got a phone call. And I hate how a phone call rubs out the audio on your live. That's just raggedy as hell. And I hate the fact that numbers be calling me, man. Don't call me. Don't call me. If you a bill collector, you should know not. See, the people can't hear me. I knew it. I knew it, man. No sound. Well, looks like y'all getting cut off earlier than normal, man. What can I tell you? What can I tell you, man? What can I tell you, man? Let me see if they can hear me now. No sound still? No sound. All right, let me see. Okay, I'm going to throw that in there. I'm going to throw that up in there. I'm going to cut the feed, y'all. First of all, shout out to my usual suspects, Lucinda, Mark, Allison, AJ, Miranda, Charla, Lala Davis, Zakia, Mark, Hambone, JC's World, Crunchy Apple, Prince Jones, Michelle S, Cutie B, To Jesse, Domier B. Nah, he froze. Yeah, man, I'm gonna just end it now. Boom, pow. Done. Dunskies. All right, they out of here, y'all. Y'all happy? Y'all happy? Where everybody go up in this live, man? Everybody left. Yeah, I cut the feed early this time. Simply because they was playing the games. So I was talking to somebody today about sex, right? And just not about having it, but just the fact that we get so dumb and reckless over sex. When you think about the act of sex, it's for procreation. That's what it's for. That's what it's all about. That's the purpose. All the components are there, male, female, boom, pow. The components are there for the sex to naturally occur, right? It's why we're here. It keeps going year after year. It's been going on a long time. We out here to reproduce, procreate, and just, even if we don't, we still like the process of it. We are idiots, though. We are dummies when we have unprotected sex without wanting a family. We're dummies. No matter how intelligent, how many degrees we got, how much we know better, how much we've experienced previously, we do the same dumb shit day in and day out, generation after generation after generation after generation. When we go raw, we'll save the STIs and STDs for a different conversation. I'm just focused on getting pregnant. We do it all the time, repeatedly, over and over again. I don't know. I haven't looked up any polls or any data or anything, but I'm willing to bet and guarantee that the majority of people that are sexually active have had a pregnancy scare, have gotten pregnant, have had unplanned pregnancy, have had an abortion, have had to scramble to get morning after and Plan B pills. I bet you the majority of people that are sexually active have had to deal with one of those issues simply because we just always gonna go raw. We just gonna keep doing it. You know what can happen. You know what it leads to. You know you get caught up. You get lost in the sauce. You get the sex glaze going. You can't resist. And we do it time and time again. People get knocked up all the time, no matter what. We can't help it. We lose all sense. We're like, I know we shouldn't be doing every time. Yeah, you have your moments where you're conscious enough to be like, all right, I pulled out in time. But we do it over and over again. And then we want sex so bad, it's so powerful that women will get contraceptive measures, stuff put in their bodies, taking pills that's going to modify how their body works. There's going to be side effects. It's going to be sore boobs, irregular cycles, hair loss, weight gain, weight loss, all these different things, headaches. All of this, we still just like, I got to have the sex. So I'm going to do the birth control. Getting stuff implanted inside of them for the sex. Getting stuff. I remember the birth control that used to be in a woman's arm. It was like in the arm. I was just like, ugh, what's that? It's my birth control. Ugh. All of these things, because it's like, yo, I got to have the sex. We got to have it. And it's like nothing stops the show. But we do it anyway. And then, you know what I'm saying? Dudes be acting all surprised, like, oh, you pregnant? How? You know how. You shot that club up. The pistol is in your hand. And the club shot up? Man, how did this happen? You standing there with the gun in your hand talking about, man, that's crazy. How'd all this happen? You got 2 pistols. You playing dumb because you got caught up, you got lost in the sauce. You shot the club up. Now you acting surprised when she come to you like, I'm pregnant. Oh, what you mean? Explain this. You know. Ugh. You know, man. And we do it over and over again. So even though, a lot of people won't admit or just like, what I'm saying, when you really talk to people, when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of sexual experience, a lot of people have had moments, experiences where they had that pregnancy scare. Where they had a whole child. They had to get an abortion or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. They had to get Plan B 80 million times. That Kanisha joke. She's like, man, I done took more Plan Bs, and you know what I'm saying? This coming from a real place. But time and time again. And the fact that women have sex with men raw, you don't want kids, but you're willing to gamble and risk the fact that he's going to pull out in time. You're going to lay there and be like, yeah, he going to pull out in time. I trust him. He going to pull right on out. No, ain't no guarantee. Ain't no guarantee. And you putting your whole livelihood, your body at risk, gambling on a dude being able to pull out in the nick of time. But we so caught up in the sauce that we just do it repeatedly. It don't make no goddamn sense. And we consider ourselves as higher evolutionary. We at the top of the food chain. We are these supreme intellectuals, but we keep doing the basic primal bullshit time and time again. Raw sex, gambling with the reproduction. Gambling. Using these apps that track the woman's ovulation and the cycles and all that. Yeah, we good in this time frame, and then boom, you ain't even good in that time frame. So I'm just like, we are dummies, man. We are dummies. We are slaves to the sex. It don't make no goddamn sense. The pre-cum is super potent. You know what I'm saying? You think, no, I'm in the good. I was just thinking, I was like, yo, man, there have been times where I came and I couldn't even feel it the same way, because it was like, because you're playing with fire. When you're going raw, you're playing with fire. You get yourself to the edge of glory, and then you pull back. And you be like, nah, I don't want to do it yet. And you keep doing this over and over in a session, and then pretty soon, you're going to bust off and not even feel the bust off because you played with fire too much. So now you just shot the club up and didn't even feel it. So now you just like, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, pow, conversations. And we do this time and time again with lovers, with acquaintances, with one-offs. It's crazy. So I just wanted to point out that we need to have better control over our sexuality, man. I know it's hard. I know it's tough. It's tough. But we gotta have better control, man. You know what I'm saying? If we really about that high evolution, if we really up here, well, we talk about the mental is everything. The mental is everything. Is it really? Because we be getting primal and we be folding up all the time when it comes to that raw smash. And I was just talking about that and thinking about that, and I just got pissed. I was like, man, we really got caught up in the moment so tough that we were willing to risk all of the backfire that can come from just that a few measly pumps. A few measly pumps. It's a lot of human beings walking around right now off some measly pumps. It wasn't even a great session. And these people are walking around out here full lives. They're at Walgreens right now. Somebody at Yoshinoya right now. Somebody at 7-Eleven right now talking about, let me get 8 on 6. Created from some mediocre room temp ass pumps. And they just out here living life. There's probably some people you love. Some famous entertainers, athletes. They was conceived on like a couple pumps and a quick squirt. I feel like I remember hearing about Allen Iverson's mom, not even remembering the conception process. And Allen Iverson out here fully realized, changing the game. But we do it time. And that's why I just be like, when people be worried about, oh man, everything's gay now. Everything's gay. We're losing ourselves. No, we're not. Men and women still gonna be dummies. Trust and believe. That's why I be like, stop worrying about gay people, man. They're not taking over the world like you think. Men and women are always gonna be dummies. There's always going to be new people coming in. Trust. Because you can guarantee we're going to be sexual dummies out here until we go extinct. That's 1,000% true. Ain't nothing stopping us. All these new diseases coming and going, the diseases don't even shut us down. They be like, hey, cure that up, man, so we can get back to being dummies. Every time. Matter of fact, the disease is the only thing that slows us down from the dumminess. You know what I'm saying? HIV come around, we're like, oh, let me chill out. Let me chill out. I was being a dummy out here, but that's out here. Let me chill out. But now, with medications and, new progresses, you know what I'm saying? Now we back to being dummies again, regardless of HIV. Now you can get the pre joint that keeps HIV off your back. So now we can be dummies. So I'm just mad at sex right now, man. Pissed, if you will. But let me pay some more bills real quick. So life doesn't happen bi-weekly, y'all. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly. So why should payday? That's the eternal question, man. Life don't happen bi-weekly, man. Life be lifing out here. Life be happening every second. It ain't never bi-weekly. So why should payday, man? You know what I'm saying? The money you earn today can be in your hands today with earn in. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when I worked at Dairy Queen, I used to work at Dairy Queen for 2 years. I don't know if y'all know that, man. I probably told y'all this 80 million times. But listen, I used to work at Dairy Queen 2 years, man. I would have loved to get early access to my money. I was terrible with money. When I was working at Dairy Queen, I was terrible with the bread. I light my check up, man. As soon as I get that check, man, I'm lighting it up, man. We turning up. And my version of turn up is getting new music, going to the movies, and getting some clothes. That was my big spend back in the Dairy Queen days. You know what I'm saying? That was me all day, man. And car repair. Like my cars always just doing some stuff. So I just needed to have that money, man. You know what I'm saying? And Earn In is an app that lets you access your pay as you earn it, up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. Just download the Earn In app and add your info, then start accessing your pay as you work and leave an optional tip to keep the app running for everyone. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck, man. Earn In is the app that's helping millions of Americans take charge of their pay and avoid falling into debt traps. Earn In empowers you to make the most of your money with access to up to $150 a day or a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit check, and no mandatory fees. Earn In's mission is to make financial momentum accessible to everyone. It's your money, so put it in your hands with Earn In. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Because everything gonna pop up, man. Everything gonna pop up, you know, them bills coming out of nowhere, that car repair, that medical bill that might have crept up on you, a special night out, taking families in town, so something comes up, you know what I'm saying, rent, you know. So all of that, you know, it takes the stress off. So download Earn In today. That's spelled EARNIN in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earn In app, type in Verbal Cardio under podcast. When you sign up, it'll really help the show. Verbal Cardio under podcast. Earn In is a technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Download Earn In now and take control of your pay. You feel me? Yeah, man, get in on that Earn In, man. Man, I would have loved that in the Dairy Queen days, man. I was big spending, man. Every new album coming out that I wanted in on it. I was like, boom, pow. I want to talk about something really serious for a second. The comedy community has lost another comedian, Reggie Carrol. He was actually, you know, his life was taken August 20th. And this is a comedian that I want to say I met Reggie earlier in my comedy career. I want to say I met him maybe like 2010. I met Reggie. I remember meeting Reggie at the J Spot in Inglewood. And I noticed his Baltimore accent. Cause I was like, yo, man, he sound like The Wire. Cause he, you know, do too. He had that do too. You know, when you hear anybody from The Wire that was really from Baltimore, or you listen to Just Hilarious, you can hear that similar drawl there. And you know, funny comedian. He would go up there and talk about his life, and like he looked super comfortable on stage. And I remember seeing him a lot in the Belly Room when I was hosting Crack 'em Up Thursdays. He was one of the regulars on the show. And my former manager, Nichelle Murdoch, she loved Reggie. So She always gave Reggie a place to play on her show. And he, you know, he was always consistent with me. Like his energy was consistent with me every time I saw him, man. It was a good energy. And the thing with Reggie, man, like Reggie was a real dude, man. With a, with a real pass, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was thorough, and just like he was one of them cats you ain't want to mess around with, man. Like I knew the rep. You know, in those conversations we would have with him, he would just be talking. We would just be. He smiled a lot, but let me tell you something, man. There was something extra with Reggie. It was just like, yo, man, Reggie real, you know. And so, because a lot of people tend to think these are usually the posers. A lot of people tend to think that the people not to play around with are those people that always got the mean mug and the ice grill, and they always acting tough, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You be like, man, I feel like you putting on a little show. And the real people with the real background and the real capabilities to do some things to you, man. A lot of times they be smiling, they be regular, they be having a good time. They just be like, but they got that other thing about them. So Reggie was one of those guys, like always smiling with me, but you could just tell it's serious business on the underneath. Yeah, man. So, but every time I saw him, man, every time we crossed paths, it was just a good energy, man. Like, you know, he was a cool cat, as far as our interaction, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for all his interactions with other people, but as far as me and him, always good. So, you know, my heart goes out to his family, his friends. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to speak on. I'm sorry that the internet's being raggedy for y'all. The internet gonna internet, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's lagging, man. I don't know why it's lagging. Let me type it up in here. I see it lagging, but you know what I'm saying? The internet gonna internet. The internet is gonna internet. But yeah, so as far as like the details surrounding his death, you know, it's messy. So I'm not even. I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing. I got no inside scoops. I got none of that. So all I'm saying is his life was taken. They had somebody in custody that supposedly went through with, you know, the life taken, and that's all I know. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to add to the mess with speculation and unfounded flimflammery coming out my mouth. But I do know this, regardless of what went down, my heart goes out to his family, his friends, and just his life in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Life was taken. So just want to honor that and you know, say peace out to Reggie Carrol, man. Always was good to me in terms of energy, and you know what I'm saying? It sucks, man. And what also sucks is like this is not the first comedian that was gunned down that I know personally. You know, it's just shout out to Boogie B, man. We remember Boogie B, man. Like it's dangerous out here, man. Like any moment, man, you could be up out of here. And so, like I always say, and y'all know I'm close to death. Not close to death like I'm dying, but just like close to epic loss. I didn't want to get y'all scared like that, but always if you can, man, be good to your loved ones, man. Right those wrongs if you can. Let them know you love them. Anything that's unresolved, try to resolve it as best you can and go from there, because none of us are guaranteed. We can all just be taken off the board at any point in time. And so you don't want to be stuck with regret when you lose somebody. So you always want to be in a space where you can be like, well, they knew I loved them and like we were on good terms. You want to be on good terms just in case. And that's one of the main things that helped me get through my loss was that we was good. So I always tell y'all, man, just make sure you're good while they're living. If you can, do the best you can on your end. Always try to be good. That way, that's going to carry you through. If anything, God forbid, were to happen, that will carry you through the grief. Is that, y'all were on good terms. So make sure you're on good terms with everybody that's important to you and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, shout out to Reggie Carrol. Anyway, all right, let me see. Let me see what the patron saints is talking about up in this little comment section. Wait, let me make sure I touch. Oh, I want to say this. Y'all know I don't like wearing suits. Y'all know a few things about me, guarantee. Y'all know I like biscuits. You know I don't like talking on the phone. You know that I like crispy edge pancakes. Y'all know I love movies. And you also know that I don't like wearing suits. Y'all know this. I'm vocal about it. I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a fan. All right. I respect suits. I get it. People look classy. You look clean. You look like you about to handle business. But I don't like wearing them. And I get it. I got the body. I got the frame for it. We had this discussion 80 million times. I don't like wearing them. Especially, and I'm gonna triple down on this. I feel like suits and comedy don't mix. And I know I'm gonna get in trouble for that. There's a lot of comedians out here. They got the suit on. They be on stage with a full suit. They be up there, headlining in the suits. Original Kings of Comedy. Everybody had a suit on. They be out here just, taping specials. They got the suit on. I be like, man, why you got the suit on? Because for me, this is just me. This is just how I feel. I'm not even trying to change the game. It's just me personally. I just feel like suits and silly don't mix. It just don't mix with me, man. Suits and silly don't mix. And I know Original Kings of Comedy, man, that's some of the best shit I've ever seen. They all had suits on. So I know it does mix, but in my brain, nah, man. Suits and silly don't mix for me. When I'm in a suit, I'm not feeling my silly best. When I did that special with Marlon Wayans called The Headliners, and I had a suit on, I was fully aware the whole special that I had a suit on. That's behind every joke, every molecule of that performance. I'm like, I got a suit on. I got a suit on. I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to the audience. I'm telling the jokes. In the back of my mind, I got a suit on. I got a suit on. Man, this suit uncomfortable, man. I got a jacket on. I got a suit to tie. Shirt is tucked in. Man, fuck suits, man. Fuck suits. All right? And a suit is not the end all be all. Because a lot of people try to downplay, like, if I'm wearing regular clothes. Look at you, man. Get your life together, man. Have some respect. Do this and that. Man, there's some coons out here in full suits. Just because you got a suit on don't make you better than nobody else, man. It don't give you the automatic edge up, man. It could be some cold, sellout coons right here suited up, dressed to the nines on some pure bullshit. Pure charlatans, full suits on. know what I'm saying? Fuck suits. So when it comes to my silly and my humor, I don't want no goddamn suit on. If you see me hosting the Oscars, I'll probably wear a suit, but in the back of my mind, like I said, with the HBO joint, in the back of my mind, the whole night, I got a suit on. 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 I'm talking to the audience. Yeah, Brad Pitt over there. Yeah, jokes. Suit on. I'm sick of it. All right, so I just had to get that off my chest. Nobody asked about that, but just know that I don't. And please don't think I don't respect you as an audience. Please don't think that I don't respect the time and the money you put up and the getting a babysitter and taking your time, your precious gas to come see me and buy tickets and buy drinks and food to come see me. Please don't think I don't take y'all seriously because I ain't got no suit on. That is not the case. I'm just trying to be my most comfortable self while I'm on that stage making y'all laugh and entertaining y'all. And I can't do that in a suit. I just can't do it. And it just takes me back when I think about the origin of, like, you know what I'm saying? What's the origin story on Tony and these goddamn suits? It's the me not wanting to go to church. That's when you peel back all the layers, all of the onion that makes me me. I'm thinking about having to wear suits and getting dressed up to go to church. And I hated every minute of it. I got the little suit on. I got the clip tie on. I had that clip-on tie. Shirt tucked in, blazer, pants, just my little hard bottoms that I had the shoe shine before it began. Philip Baker taught me some valuable lessons on shining shoes, ironing pants, hanging clothes up. Valuable lessons. But fuck these suits, man. I don't want to wear this bullshit. Sometimes I would wear the slacks with the shirt tucked in and then the sweater over the top and then my collar is coming out over the sweater and then I'm at church like that, man. Looking church ready, looking presentable at church. I couldn't wait to get out them clothes, man. Every time I got back from church, I felt like the cuffs was off. I feel like I was getting let out the cage. I was like, oh, man, clothes just felt different. When I came out of them church clothes, my clothes felt different. It felt like freedom. I felt lighter. I felt more loose. I was just like, yeah, man, yeah. I hated the way the hard bottoms felt, man, especially in my dress shoe boot era when I had the dress shoe boots on. Fuck them dress shoe boots, man. Fuck them hard bottom ass, thick heeled dress shoe boots. It was brown. And they zipped up on the side. Ugh. I remember my older brother wearing the dress shoe boots, and I was like, man, I'm next, man. Because they always passed down the clothes they couldn't fit no more to me, the baby brother. So I'm looking at the dress shoe boots, and I know what's coming for me. I know they just gonna pass them brown joints right over to me. And I'm just like, man, come on, man. I remember the day I had to shine them shits up, man. That's when I knew it was over. I was like, man, the dress shoe boots have arrived. So even now, when I see dudes out here, they got the dress shoe boots on, I'll be like, man, take them shits off. I ain't gonna say that to them because I don't want to impede on nobody's personal style. But in my mind, I had a comedian friend of mine. He had on like an outfit, and then I panned down and I looked at the boots, and they was like, I don't know if they was they kind of look like, they wasn't like the hard bottom dress shoe boot that I'm describing that I wore to church. But when I looked down, it was like some black, might have been suede, kind of on the Prince side of boot, but not full Prince, not like full, because Prince had them thin heels. Like his heels was, you know what I'm saying, with a thicker heel, and it was just, I forget what these boots is called. They called something. And I was just like, yuck. Yuck. I was pissed. So that's my origin story. It was just like, I never liked wearing suits and dressing up and all that stuff, man. I just never cared for it. I just always felt like restricted and just like bound. So when people say, just put the suit on, man, just put the suit on, you look amazing, I'll be like, oh, I don't care, man. It takes me back to the origin story, man. I don't care about none of this. I could care less. So when it comes to red carpets and premieres, I just don't be showing up, man. I didn't even go to the Churchy season 2 premiere. I was like, hey, yo, Kev, would you be mad if I didn't show up to the Churchy season 2 joint? And he was like, Tone, man, I love you, man. You're my friend for real. And I was like, man, you know me well. I'll be over here in spirit. Because they be talking about red carpet, the red carpet. The look is this. It's business casual. It's Hollywood chic. I'll be like, man, fuck that dress code, man. I don't want no parts of the dress codes. So when I say, you know, because Kev and Melissa know that I love them for real, because I went above and beyond to get my look together for their wedding renewal. And they knew it. They was like, Tone, we can't believe you did this. And I was like, I love y'all, man. But that's a special, special occasion. You know, their wedding renewal trumps any season premiere. It trumps that. So when it's a premiere red carpet joint, whether I'm in it or not, I'm like, man, I'm a pass. Like if I'm not like the leading face of it, I'm like, hey man, I could just hang back. I could just hang back. If I'm not the lead, if I'm not the face that has to push this project forward, yo, I'll hang back, y'all. Unless it's like a casual premiere. Then I could be like, all right, yeah, I'll pull up in my regular, comfortable clothes. So no, I didn't go to the Churchy season 2 premiere. I checked with Kev first. I asked how he felt about it. He gave me the clear. But I was there in spirit, man. I was watching from afar. And they'd be like, Tony, but you're in it. I'd be like, yeah, but everybody was dressing up, man. Everybody was dressing up. So yeah, man. So that's anyway. I just had to get that off my chest. And too, man, I was thinking about this. And I want to ask y'all this. I want y'all to dig deep into your lives. Because I was talking to somebody and I was like, yo, man, just talking about like different life experiences and a lot of moves, like moving to this place, moving to that place, moving to this place, moving to that place. And I got to thinking about my own life. How many times have you moved, changed living residences in your life? And so I got to thinking about my own life and I'm just like, yo, how many times have I moved? So I'm going to do the math right here on air, right here in the podcast. I'm going to dig as deep as I can and think about how many different places I have lived in to see how many times I moved. JC's World says 0. You never moved? Ryder Poet says 5. Blackjack says too many times. 5. Quite a few, at least 10 times. I want to know. All right, so I'm gonna tally myself up. 9, 5, 8 total. 9 for Lala. I'm sick of moving. I feel you. 5, 30 times plus crunchy. Woo! All right, so if I remember correctly, when my mom gave birth to me, she was staying with my grandmother in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's one. So then I think we moved to, I think I hear about Lawless Gardens. And then my earliest memory was South Commons. That's one. Then we moved to 48th and Vincennes. That's another one. Then we moved to 36th Street. That's another one. Then we moved to 79th and Champlain. Then we moved to 75th in Indiana. Then we moved to 75th in Calumet. Then we moved to 73rd and Bennett. Then we moved to New Mexico. Then we moved to the Clovis Apartments. Then we moved back to 225. I ain't gonna get an address like that. Then we moved back there. Then I went to New Mexico State. So I was an alumni for that first year. Then I moved to VDM. Then I moved into the Omni Apartments. Then I moved back into VDM illegally. Then I moved into Los Cuatros. Then I moved into then I moved back to New Mexico. I mean Clovis. Then I came back and stayed over there in that murder apartment that we called it. Then I was kind of on the couch with Jamal and them. Then I got married, so we lived in that apartment. Then we moved to family housing. Then we moved to Birch. Sheesh. Then we moved to Cali, Orange County. Then we moved to Burbank. Then I got divorced and moved over there. Then I moved one more time in the same apartment complex. Then I moved to my last house. And now I'm in my current place. Boom. 29 moves for me. 29. Whew. That's a lot of moving. That's a lot of different residences for your boy, man. 29. And here lately I've slowed down because when I got divorced, I was on Palm Street. So I was in that downstairs apartment for 1 year, and then I moved to the upstairs apartment. So from 2012 to 2021, I was in the same apartment building. I just did one move within that time to go upstairs to the bigger apartment. And then from 2021 to 2025, I lived in the same house. And now I'm in the house that I finally bought, and that's where I'm at now. So 29 moves for your boy. Whew. God damn. Tired. That's a lot of different places to call home, man. Are you ever gonna go for the 30? I'll probably go for the 30. It'll probably be more. I feel like this is not my last stop on where I'm living. So I'll probably end life at like 35 or some shit like that. But 29. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. All right, so I'm gonna try to tackle y'all topics rapid fire. The Jussie Smollett doc on Netflix. I have not seen it yet, Sherry Tucker, but I'll probably pull up on it, check it out, and see what's going on there. Because I know people have been talking about it, but I haven't pulled up. His sister, though, I love his sister Journey. She's so talented. Anna B. Good, would you narrate for a Black-owned comic book company? Absolutely. Why not? Why not? King Dynamite, your thoughts on dumb Donald Trump trying to fire the Federal Reserve employee? I don't know enough about this incident to really speak on it, so I'm gonna have to dig into that and see what the hell's going on. One True Shot says, somebody asked me the other day, why do you guys take it so hard when they find out? Oh, why do guys take it so hard when they find out their woman cheated versus how women react? Or do they react the same? So I assume you're asking, why do men take it harder than women? Is that the question? Let me make sure I got that question correct. Somebody asked me the other day, why do guys take it so hard when they find out their woman cheated versus how women react? Okay, yeah. Okay, so I honestly feel like, so men, we're very ego driven. Women have ego too. Let's just cut the shit. Y'all do. But we're like super ego driven with manhood, domination. That's my woman. You know, I give her the best dick this side of the Mississippi. She would never, this, that, and the third, right? So when we find out that another man has been inside you on our watch, we can't shake it. We can't. We can't bypass it. We can try all we want, but it's always just gonna be in there pulsating. You know what I'm saying? We could try to save face, we can do all the shit talking and, you know, chest out, but we cannot unsee you getting dick down from somebody else. We can't unsee it. We could try to work through it, we can try to push through, but ultimately we just like, man, we just always gonna envision you just, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever y'all did. No matter, even if y'all didn't get to the sexual level of just fully going in, you know. But if anything physical happened, we can handle the cheating. If it was a mental cheat, or like, you know, I just really like talking to him, and like, you know, we just opened up. Like, did y'all touch? No, we never touched. Oh, all right. Well, tell me more. And then, you know what I'm saying, this is that and the third. Did y'all kiss? And like, no, we didn't. Did you grab his? Did you give him a hand job? Like, no, we didn't. Did you suck his dick? No, we just never, you know, we never got physical. Did he give you head? No, we just never did. Oh, all right. We can handle the mental cheating. Like, if you just cheating because y'all was talking all the time, but nothing physical happened, we can handle that. We can be like, all right, man, we can move on, man. Long as he didn't get up in you, and you didn't get up on him, and like, as long as you ain't had his penis in your mouth, man, we can make this work. We can work it out. But if the physical happened, we can't. We can't. Now, women on the other side, like when it comes to cheating for y'all, you know, most women, and mind you, this is not the end all be all. Everybody's different. Listen, but when women find out a man cheated, she's gonna want to know more about the connection that you had with this other woman. Like, did you love her? Did you love her? That's what they go to first. You love this girl? You told her secrets about us, and like, you told her secrets about yourself. You connected and opened up to this woman? Y'all got inside jokes? You told her about your deepest, darkest fears? You told her about the dress shoe boots? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go to that. You know, if it's just a girl we took down at the 7-Eleven in Corpus Christi, Texas, what, you just smashed a girl at the 7-Eleven? Well, yeah, you know, she was there, you know, she just offered, and I was just like, man, I'm horny right now. So what was her name? I don't even know her name. Now, granted, she might get totally disgusted with you and be like, yo, you just reckless out here. Ain't no telling what you capable of doing. You just letting a random woman smash you at the 7-Eleven in Corpus Christi. That's a different reaction. But as far as her, she's just going to look at you as filthy. She's not gonna be devastated because y'all didn't connect. You was just being a horn dog. And there was no connection with you and the other woman. She's just gonna be like, man. So a lot of times women stick around on a cheater because they just be like, well, y'all not connected, are y'all? That's just my take. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been cheated on yet that I know about. So I don't know how I would, because I look at it like I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, I'd be like, yo, you cheating on me? I'm gonna ask the hard hitting questions because that's what I do, and I'm gonna just be like, all right. But the fact that you cheated on me is gonna give me closure. Like once I ask the hard hitting questions about what transpired with y'all, we're not staying together. We're done. We're done. So I'm gonna just get my little closure from that. Because for me, when another person is in the picture, it's easier for me to close the door in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go through no drawn out process when, somebody was already in the picture or still in the picture. So I'm just be like, all right, man, that's going to help me move on, as a matter of fact. Because it's like, yo, have that dude then. Y'all can just go on and skip away into because I'm not going to be out here, trying to hold your hand. But at the same time, I'm thinking about what was done. I'm not going to go through all that. We're done, man. So it's not if the original question is women handle it better because they take cheaters back or they hang in there. For me, I'm a firm believer in don't hang in there. I'm a firm believer in it ain't no excuse for cheating. I'm a firm believer in you cheated. Once it's out, once, you know what I'm saying, if you out here cheating and you trying to be sneaky and then you finally get caught, once the cat is out of the bag, just pack everything up, man. It's over. That's what I feel like. Don't give me that, oh, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't talking and this and that. We wasn't connecting, and you know what I'm saying? He was around, and you know what I'm saying? It was just one or two times. Like, yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. But I can't, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm not gonna hate your guts. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be like, man, I piss on your grave. I'm probably not gonna be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how long we were together, I'm gonna still care about you in some form or fashion. But as far as us being together, if you cheat on me and everything is good, then I might be like, yo, man, you're dead to me. But if we was like, going through the struggles and I was neglecting you and there was just all kind of stuff going on that made you fall into the cheat trap, I'm be like, yeah, I was neglecting you, and you know what I'm saying, I could have been a better communicator, and I should have made the time for you, but still, we're done. That's my bad, man. I fumbled you. I caused you to go with another man, even though you still did. You played your part because you did the action. So it's not all me. You know what I'm saying? If you was unhappy, you could have just broke up with me. But instead, you was like, well, I fell into his arms. Well, yeah, well, you can stay in them arms. As far as this, though, I can't. I would never be able to unsee that mentally. So it's just like, we're done. Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done. So yeah. And look, if I cheated and you caught me, I wouldn't expect you to take me back. Don't take me back. Don't take me back. If I cheated on you, you called me, man, don't take me back, man. I'll be like, man, what the hell are you taking me back for? What are you doing? I want to make this work, but I fumbled. I fucked it up. You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this, but I still do, Tony. No, you don't. I was treacherous out here, man. You don't want none of this, man. But Tiny, I still want you. Why? I betrayed you to the utmost. You don't want none of this, but it doesn't matter, man. I want to make it work. Like, man, come on, man. You ain't never gonna trust me again. It ain't gonna be full trust. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be stressed. You don't need this. You feel like you need me right now, but you really don't, man. I'll drop the ball, I'll fumble. You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. Everything's tainted. We had a good thing, but I fumbled, man. You don't want it. So yeah, anyway. Anyway. And there's other people out there, y'all. There's other people out there. Why stay in a busted up ass relationship when there's other people out there? And not only that, there's peace out there. Peace should be your number one priority. So if you're in a raggedy relationship full of turmoil, toxic antics, insecurity, infidelity, your main focus should not be, oh, I want to find love. I want to find somebody that's now fuck somebody else. Nah, take somebody else off the table. Strive for peace first and foremost. That's what you should want. That's what you should focus on. Peaceful, and I understand we all get needs. We all want to feel loved and appreciated. We all want to connect with somebody else. We want somebody to hold us. I get all that. But let peace hold you for a good amount of time after you get out of a bullshit relationship, man. Let that peace be your boo. Let peace be your boo all throughout life. And the thing about peace will share you with somebody else. Peace is polyamorous. Peace is like, yo, Tone, man, we got a good woman right here. Yeah, Peace, huh? We got a threesome going. It's me, a girl I love, and Peace coexisting as a beautiful trio. It's a beautiful trinity. That peace is vital to a good relationship. It's crucial. So if you're in a relationship right now that's turmoil city, you're always fighting, you're always at odds, you're always stressed, you feel like a weight is on you, get the fuck up out of there, man. And I know it's easier said than done, but take it from somebody that's moved 29 times. Take it from me, man. Get the hell up out of there, man. And then once you get up out of there, don't be trying to get up under somebody else right away. Get up under that peace. Hug up with peace. Rub peace down. Have some cute little love letters with peace. Text peace every night. Have long conversations with peace all the time. That should be the goal. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Peace is so crucial. So crucial. Mm-hmm. E Short Sachs is wondering, could you talk about your favorite parts of your role as Maverick West on Churchy? First of all, Maverick West, I love the wardrobe. Maverick West was coming in, Jumpy Joyland, man. I like the fact that Maverick West had that wardrobe popping, man. I had the big belt buckle and the 10-gallon hat. That's first and foremost. I enjoyed that very much, you know. I also like the fact that Maverick West didn't care nothing about the church, man. He was just all about Jumpy Joyland, man. He was a businessman. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do it in Texas, man. We business, we buying up property, real estate, making the money. Everything's big in Texas, especially our wallets. And so I like that about Maverick West, man. He was just a businessman. He had no attachments to all the other stuff that was going on. That ain't my business, man. Let's get Jumpy Joyland in here. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it popping, man. I want my empire to be supreme, man. I want these kids out here jumping around on trampolines nationwide. But we're going to start in Texas. You feel me? So I like the fact that Maverick West was about his business. All right, with the belt buckle. So that was probably my favorite part about, Maverick West was that You know, I was all about that business, man. Business first. And I'm willing to wheel and deal and be a little shady on the side so I can come up on my business. That's my loyalty right there. The business. Praise God. So yeah, that was my favorite part. And if you haven't seen Churchy season 2, BET Plus, man, stream that up. Run them numbers up, man. Run them numbers up and watch Churchy, man. It's a good time. Shout out to everybody involved, Kev on stage and the whole crew, Tahir, Quinn, Tabitha Brown. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was on that show, killing it. I'm blanking on everybody's name, but man, pull up on Churchy season 2 for sure. For sure. Last thing before I get out of here. Ride the Poet says, your take on wrestling, and is it possible for wrestlers to take it too far? Roger Jackson, he took it too far. 2 celebrity marriages, do they? Okay, all right. So for the first thing, do they take it too far in wrestling? Yes, they do. I saw the Roger Jackson clip where he was he slammed the dude and he was just doing the punches and stuff like that. You could tell he was still kind of pulling back, but those joints was connecting, and I feel like, you know, he went too far. And we got to think about this. Even though wrestling is fake, a lot of that contact and impact that they're doing is very real. So it's very dangerous. It tears their bodies down. So I do feel like wrestling is very damaging to the body. Like, these wrestlers be broken down out here. Their knees be shot. There'd be so many injuries and, like, you know, heart issues and the stuff that they're taking to keep up everything. It's just like, so there's a lot of wear and tear on the body. So I do feel like, you know, to go that extra mile for the entertainment, they're really putting their health at risk. And so, but when you got cats like this, you can definitely take it too far. It is dangerous, and you really have to trust your partner in wrestling. Like, you got to make sure they're not gonna give you no concussion and, you know, this, that, and the third. They're gonna pull back the right way. And so I feel like Roger Jackson, he just went too far, man. I don't know what the deal was and what happened, but it was too much, man. And so I definitely feel like they got to rein it back, man. They got to pull it back. Because, you know, you want to survive. You want to be alive. You don't want to kill nobody in the ring. You don't want no permanent damages, you know. And I'm sick of these wrestlers dying at young ages. So, yeah, they can take it too far for sure. 2, celebrity marriages. Do they last, or is it for the show or the money? Here's my take on celebrity marriages. I feel like you have usually people with money and fame, clout, exposure, they get together. A lot of celebrities get together because it's a lot of celebrity on celebrity dating because they're both in the public eye. So you feel a sense of connection just from that, right? So, you know, you're an actor and you're dating a famous tennis player that's killing it right now. So it's like, oh man, you famous too. So now, and also you get a sense of, okay, well, you're not just a random person out here on the street. You got money, I got money. We could just come together comfortably and not have to worry about one of us using the other person for the money. So a lot of times it's a monetary thing where it's just like, you're well off financially, so am I. So now we can get past that little, you know, stint, you know, to where it's like, because you would have to worry about that. Like, if you were a super famous person, you're a celebrity, you got all this money, and then you talking to somebody that just, you know, works at a public school, you're going to worry about that. You're going to worry about, like, you know, are you just with me for the money and the fame just because I'm famous? So, you know, when you got 2 famous people coming together, and they can still just want you because you are famous, or they just want you because of your talent. That still can happen within the celebrity dating. But I feel like it's a little bit less when Because, you feel that comfort. A lot of celebrities hook up because of the proximity. A lot of women hook up with people because of proximity. This is just across the board. This is eternal. It's always going to be. Proximity matters to women. So, when you got women, if you look at the dating history of numerous women, a lot of times they hook up with people that are close to them, whether it be co-workers, people in their field, people in the same, lifestyle that they live. A lot of times they're in that dating pool. And so because women like to feel comfort, they like to feel familiarity. So I know a lot of people from the outside looking in, they be like, man, she's just running through the whole office. Or she just dating everybody. She dating the whole team. Or she dating the... I don't look at it like that automatically. I look at it as, oh, she's dating people that she's comfortable around, or people that she knows, or people that she's familiar with, as opposed to just... I don't think a woman comes into a situation or a space and comes in and be like, yo, I'm going to fuck this whole office. I don't think they come into it like that. I'm gonna fuck this whole floor in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking everybody on this floor. They don't look at it that way. They looking at it as, all right, let's say they're a nurse. They say nurses are the biggest cheaters in the game. Let's say a nurse she working and she starts dating one of the doctors. It's just an organic thing, no funny business. They were both single. She dating one of the surgeons or whatever. Because she's always around that surgeon. They've been talking, getting to know each other, around each other. Energy is real. So they date, and so that fizzles out for whatever reason. So now she might start dating the new tech that's over here, because they've been cool. It's a good energy. It's a good vibe. They slowly eased into it. And now they're dating. But from the outside looking in, it's just like, man, she taking down the whole floor, man. Look at this. And I just think it's more so, it's just about that familiarity and comfort and proximity and energy, and just you're around each other all the time. You're going to get a crush. You're going to develop feelings. If you're around people all the time, it's going to happen. That's why a lot of classmates date. A lot of people that are in the same class, a lot of people that are in the same jobs date all the time because of that. And so some people make a hard stance on, I ain't dating nobody. I ain't shitting where I eat. I ain't dating nobody over here. But that's because they had the previous experience of trying to date somebody within the workspace, and it didn't turn out well. So now they got the hard cap on, I ain't dating nobody that works here. Because usually they already had an experience that did not end well. But you can't help but to, start dating the people that you're around because you're around them all the time. You're comfortable. You got inside jokes. You know what I'm saying? You get excited when they're around. Oh, you working today too? You build that familiarity. So, and that's what happens with celebrities a lot of times. Like they're in the same spaces. They're especially actors that have been in the same projects, or like, musicians, they working in the studio, or like, so you see these people and they're at the same events, the same mixers, and they're just starting to get to know one another, and then boom. So, but the reason I feel like their relationships don't last is because if they both got money, they're going to be out of here. If you have the means to just, hey, I'm getting the fuck up out of here, man. I ain't feeling this. When you have the financial means to just dip off from somebody, you out of there. And so, because a lot of people stay together because they're in a bind financially. Like, I don't know where I'm going to stay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where to go. And so that kind of gives you the extra edge. So we got to work this out because, I don't know where I'm going next and where I'm going to stay. So you got that whole financial element that keeps people locked in to a relationship a little bit more easier. Whether it's right or wrong, whether it's beneficial or not, whether it's toxic or not, that's off the table. But it's just like, you can't just dip out. You break up, you on somebody's couch. You couch surfing, or you just like, man, I went back with my mom's, man. I hate staying with my mom's, man. She be tripping, but me and Gina had a falling out, so now I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? But when you bred it up, when y'all are both bred it up, and y'all reach that point, like, fuck you. Well, fuck you too then. You know what I'm saying? I got me an apartment downtown LA. You already got the apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's an instant move out. Like, well, then fuck you. You already on Zillow. You on the laptop. Boom, pow. I'm going to go look at it. I'm going to sign the lease tonight on this bitch ass. She out of there because she has the means to dip out, and he has the means to dip out. Like, you know what, man? I don't even need this, man. I'm going to go to my ranch in Wyoming, man. Fuck you. And now he on his ranch in Wyoming, and they done. So that's why I feel like a lot of celebrity breakups, they just break up more frequently because they got the means to do so. They could just do a clean break, man. I'm in Costa Rica. He cussed me out, and I was like, bet. And I went to Costa Rica for 6 months. He calling me. I ain't even answered the call. I've been in Costa Rica. So that's why I feel like a lot of celebrities just, it always look like they break up easy. So that's just my take on it. And lastly, your thoughts on Jadakiss, Beanie Sigel, and Freeway upcoming album. Oh, I didn't know they were doing a joint album. I didn't know they were doing a joint album. I'm excited. That's a good lineup. Jadakiss, Beanie Sigel, and Freeway, man, let's get it, man. Shout out to Freeway. Man. I just want to give him a special shout out, man, because, you know, I've met Freeway. I've talked to him. We've talked deeply about loss. You know, he lost 2 of his children. And so I met him in Philly when I was doing the shows out there. And he came to one of my shows. And we talked in the green room about real shit. And he told me about, you know, burying his children and how they do it in the Muslim faith. And like, you know what I'm saying? We really connected. So I just want to give a shout out to Freeway as always, because he's had his own health struggles and he's buried 2 of his children. So he's always going to have a special place with me. So shout out to Freeway, shout out to Beanie, shout out to Jada. Jadakiss is hilarious, man. If y'all not watching the Joe and Jada podcast, y'all missing out, man. That's some funny shit. Him and Fat Joe cracking me up all the time. So that sounds like a great project. Sign me up. Anyway, man, let me get the hell up out of here, man. It's a long ass episode, hour 26 minutes. I want to thank y'all for being in here. I want to thank y'all for the questions, the topics, even taking the time to just sit with me and just build and type and tuning in and all that good stuff, man. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the questions y'all had and the feedback and sharing what y'all want to share. And I always appreciate y'all. Until next time, shout out to Reggie Carrol once again. Rest in peace. And thank you for tuning in to another session of that verbal cardio.